go ball onto Holland. Here's Gota. A chance for Baldico. Baldico has scored the equaliser for Manchester City after 4 minutes of stoppage time. And we await extra time. City have come back from the dead. Holland has made a great run here down the channel in towards Dickov and Gota. And from despair to delight, the City fans celebrate. Would you believe it? Manchester City have one hand on the FA Cup.
It's finished at Sunderland. Manchester United have done all they can. That Rooney goal was enough for the 3 points. Manchester City are still alive here. Balotelli, Aguero! I swear you'll never see anything like this ever again. So watch it, drink it in.
There's a good try. Oh, incredible! Ilkay Gundogan, right from the start. That is stunning. They've done it! They've done it! Manchester City have done it! Once, twice, 3 times the champion! Champions of Europe finally! History made in Istanbul! The treble complete! History makers, for the first time ever, an English club have won 4 titles in a row.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Typical City. Season underway. Are you buzzing? Are you ready? Are you ready for an exciting game? Because I think this starting lineup has got me going, man. I'm buzzing for this one. Absolutely buzzing. Haaland starts. Anderson starts. I wasn't expecting that. Not going to lie. Wasn't expecting it. I'm surprised at the lineup and how strong we've gone. They've gone with a lineup that I was pretty much expecting, bar Calafiori and Madueke. That was it, really. Other than them, I was expecting Dowman and Hincapi. Other than them, I pretty expected Arsenal lineup, but we've gone reasonably strong. The midfield's interesting. The midfield's interesting with Anderson alongside Kovacic as well. But hope you are all good. How is everyone doing? Hope you're all well. Hope you're all looking after yourselves. Make sure you hit that like button if you haven't done so already. Subscribe if you're new. And you can click the link in the pinned comment to become a member of this channel, which is massively, massively appreciated. Alex was in here nice and early. It's working. That's good, because it wasn't working before this. Oh, YouTube's been weird today, man. It's been proper weird. Like, it took me ages to get this stream going this morning, to be honest with you. It's been a weird day on YouTube. A very, very weird day, because it's just not working, and it took like, it's stuck on like preparing stream for like ages, like 10 minutes ago. So I was like worried this is even going to go live, but it seems to be working. You're there, I'm here, you can hear me, the chat's alive, so we're hopefully all right. We're hopefully all right. Beating them 3-1. Alex says, good to see you, mate. Valkyrie, who are we? City, the best team in the land and all the world. Come on. Big up Rockstar, happy birthday, mate. Hope you have a good day, man. I hope you enjoy the game as much as your birthday. Cheers to you, Rockstar. How old are you, mate? Let us know how old you are in the chat. Going for 2-0 and a Haaland brace. That'll be lovely. That'll be lovely jubbly. Good to see you, Phil. Hello, Johnny. Hello, everyone. The traditional curtain raiser is here again, and we need to make a statement. Let's start as we mean to go on and see off the Gooners. Why do they call them Gooners, by the way? I understand Gunners, but why Goon? Why has it been changed to Goon? I just say it, and I've never questioned it. You know, one of those things that in life you just accept to be what they are, but you never really understand why they are what they are, and you don't want to be that guy. Certainly not on a live stream public to everybody when it's probably a really obvious thing, and I bet you all have the answer for me right now in the chat. But I don't know why they changed it from Gunners to Gooners. Why? Well, what is that? What is that? I've always wondered that. Is it like they're the bouncers, or like Arsenal are Arsenal and they have like that, they're like the big goons, you know, they like the mafia guys in big suits, but like the Don is like a small old man and he's surrounded by his goons. I don't know what it is. Anyway, Dream, come on City, both teams missing key players, but I feel like Arteta is going to be defensive today. Well, not just today, yesterday, tomorrow, today, next week, next year. He's going to always be bloody defensive. I do think they've got attacking potency. They can score goals, let's not be stupid, but games like this is when it most commonly is seen. You know, it's these big games where you see it more often than not. You know, and hopefully we can unpick or pick the lock of Arsenal's defence. Would like to see it today. Good to see you, Church. Hope you're good and well, mate. Good morning, fellow Blues. It's going to be difficult against the most boring team since 1980s Liverpool. I don't remember. I wasn't alive in 1988. That's when I was born, but I don't remember Liverpool being particularly boring or exciting. I don't know, but yeah, I'll take your word for it. Arsenal will be difficult to break down. 6-0 to the Sky Blue Juggernaut. I can't see that one today, Church. As much as I love you, mate, that 6-0 ain't happening today, man. I just can't see it, unfortunately, mate. But I've got True Blue in here as well. What just happened there? Something's weird going on. Something's weird on YouTube. It's just been a bit funky today. Everything's like not working properly. It's weird. True Blue says, let's go Semenyo, double, and Foden banger. Boom, 3-0. Hope you're right, mate. Squirlocks, good to see you. Hello, Johnny. How are we doing today? Hopefully we'll have a great game and beat these cheating noobs. 4-1. I'll take that, Squirlocks. James, good to see you as always, mate. Hello, Johnny. Glad we are all together again. Today is going to go into penalties. I think you might be right. There's no extra time, by the way, if you were wondering. No extra time. It does go straight to penalties from the 90 minutes. So if it finishes all square after 90 minutes plus the additional time, the injury time, then it does go straight to PKs. And I mean, wouldn't you just love it? A Gabriel screamer over the bar. Over the bar. Champions of Europe. You'll never sing that. Big up to everyone. Start the game, bro. Absolutely. Good to see you, G. Nico as well. Good to see you. Footif. Good to see you. Kevin De Bruyne's in the house, who's going for 7-0. But 10-0, be our level, not going to lie. If we don't get Centurions unbeaten, a sextuple. Sextuple. I'm going to lose my shit. I don't know how to pronounce your name, mate. Is that Izan? It might be Izan. I don't know. I know Izan. I recognise the I and the green. That'd be good if I've got that right. That'd be impressive, man. I don't know if it is Izan or not because I can't read that, unfortunately. Alara, good to see you, man. Hope you're good. Good to see J-Balls as well and Mullet as well. Been far too long since I've heard Johnny's intro talking about his itchy knob. What do I say? I can't even remember what I say anymore. I can't remember. Something about rats. I was going mental about rats, wasn't I? Because I had a rat infestation in my old house. And I also got my knob caught in a thistle. Well, no, bramble. It was bramble. I went for a pee in a public, not a public. Well, it was public area because it was like no one was about. It was a field that like a path that leads to school, and I was walking my lad, and I needed a pee really badly. No one was about, so I got behind this big tree in winter and had a pee, and then it was winter, so I had gloves on, big woolly gloves, and they caught the bramble. And as I pulled my arm left to check on my lad to see what he was doing, because he was stood right behind me, my glove like caught the bramble and dragged it right across the knob. Itchy as fuck. Really bad. Not enjoyable at all. That was bad. And in the same day, I had a rat infestation in there. So, yeah, that's what happened. Anyway, Techno Kid, good to see you. 9 months, my word. Where has that time gone? Jokes aside, I'm going 2-0. City goals from Haaland and Doku, and Anderson gets an assist. I would love an Anderson assist today. I really want him to perform today, man. He's thrown him in the deep end, hasn't he? I was saying I'd be surprised if he did it because of midfield, you know, because Anderson... And midfield, the duties of a midfielder, in particular in an Enzo team and a Pep team and a possession-based team, it's hard work, and especially if the guy's new and the manager is new. So tactics will be fresh, and learning is a must. There must be some tutelage. We must learn. He must learn, but he must trust his ability just to go out, have a good game, see what happens. He must have explained in the last... Because he's been with Enzo for, what, about 4 days? 5 days now, Anderson, so... Not much time to actually get Enzo Maresca's ideas under his belt and actually learn from him, but still, you know, 5 days, and it's Elliot Anderson. He's a bloody good player, so you're hoping he just, like, go out there and do your thing, mate. Do your thing, and we'll learn more as the season goes on. But, yeah, thrown straight in the deep end. Haaland, I'm less surprised at, because Haaland's Haaland. Haaland's job is going to be the same in whatever team he plays in, and what very, very little difference between what Pep asks of Haaland and what Enzo Maresca asks of Haaland. The differences are going to be minimal. It's like get in the box and score a goal, mate. Please. That'll be it. So big up to Techno. 9 months as well, mate. Massively appreciate you. And Kyagra as well, remember, for 15 months. Here's to another season. Big up to you, man. Big up to you. Thank you very much, man. Really, really appreciate that. Missed one there. Zen as well. Arsenal, 7 months as well. Lots of you are long time members. If you want to become one of them, you can click that link in the pinned part of the chat. And I really appreciate you guys sticking around and showing your support for Typical City. It is massively appreciated, man. Arsenal are going to be shit without Rice. Yep, I think that's going to be a big blow. But they have got Bruno G. We'll do the team now, actually. Let me just speak to Daniel first. Big up, Zen. Thanks for that, mate. Appreciate it. And Daniel, so excited to see Foden and Anderson start. Yeah, apparently Anderson's really looking forward to playing with him, isn't he? I don't know if you heard that interview. Really excited to play together. I think there's a good point you've made there, and the fact that they're obviously English is possibly what people are thinking as to why they want to play together. I think it's more that Anderson wants to fire those passes into pockets of space, and Foden wants to be in those pockets of space and receive it on the half turn. So they're sort of made for each other. I think Kovacic and Foden, in a similar vein, are sort of made for each other. They're both on the same team today. Kovacic and Anderson playing alongside each other. Yeah, I probably would have gone with Nico G and Anderson just to have a little bit more physicality in there, but there's no Declan Rice. So the midfield we're going up against is Lewis Skelly and Bruno G. Bruno G, while he is a physical player, I think so is Kovacic and so is Anderson. They're physical guys, they're not big guys. So very technical. And I think we can out-technicality them, if that's a word. We can outdo them in terms of technical ability with Kovacic and Anderson versus Bruno G and Lewis Skelly. I think we win that battle, and I think that's where the game's won and lost today. And individual battles out wide. And our wingers, I think. Solis, I don't know much about him, to be honest, but I know about Madueke. I watched him in the World Cup, and he was absolutely crap. You can guarantee, now I've said that, he will get an assist or score a goal. 100% he's going to score or get an assist. Now that I've said that, guaranteed. So piss off, Madueke. Anyway, I don't know what's going on with this chat, man, because it's like it keeps going behind, man. It keeps going behind. Anyway, it seems to be working. Big up, Paddy. Good to see you, man. Yes, lads. 9 months membership, massively. Again, cheers to you. Cheers to everybody. Let's have a look at the team news. I'm just going to fix this chat first of all because it's doing my nutting, because I've accidentally got 2 chat boxes open. So just bear with me 1 second because I'm so unprofessional. Let's see if I can put Paddy back on the screen. No, I can't, so I've got to redo the bloody link. That might help things move a little bit better. Bear with me. pop that in there. Pop that in there. Paddy was saying, yes, lads. And there he is. There's Paddy. Big up, Paddy. Appreciate that, Vanessa. Thank you very much. And City boy. Leladrowski, come on. Let's be having you. Good to see you, Liam. Good to see you, Cherky. A-Moon as well. I've seen you about plenty of times. Good to see you. Really excited for Enzo Ball. Hope we can win. Come on, City. Good to see you, Andy, as well. New beer, Asher High for me. Yeah, man. We've been sponsored by them for quite a while now, haven't we? Happy birthday, man. Have a good birthday. Have a good birthday. What was I going to say? Team news. That was it. So, just, you've seen it already, haven't you? But Big Don, AK-45, right back, seemingly. Diaz and Gvardiol and O'Reilly complete the back four. Can't see it staying as a back four, though. I've got a funny feeling this is going to be a 3-3-3-1. I can see this being Kasanov, Diaz, Gvardiol, O'Reilly, Kovacic, Anderson, Semenyo, Foden, Doku, Haaland. That I can see it being quite narrow on paper, but like I've gone with it's gone because it always does. 4-2-3-1 on paper, but I see O'Reilly pushing into midfield without Rico Lewis. There's no way Kasanov's doing that, and I think leaving Kasanov at the back with the two players alongside him being Diaz and Gvardiol, they may be the ones to help out Donnarumma in terms of playing out from the back, giving him an extra centre back to pass the ball to. That was an idea that was flirted with. I can't remember where I saw it, but an article I read the other day that saying that exact same thing, that's going to be a new idea going into this season, which is exactly what we need, man. Because Donnarumma can't play out from the back, not to the level of Edison or James Trafford. You know, he's not good enough with the ball at his feet to be trusted with the jobs that we trusted Edison with, or we would have trusted James Trafford with. We can trust him with being in terms of corners, maybe a little less so. I want to see him improve in that this season, more so than with the ball at his feet, because we're going to concede corners many times this season, so we have to have a goalkeeper that's safe from corners. Playing out from the back, that comes down to the manager and making sure they make it easy for him. Give him a City shirt to pass to that's 5-10 yards. Don't be asking him to break the lines of a press. You know, we saw him do it in pre-season against Inter Milan right after half-time, if you remember. He gave it away and we nearly got punished, but he gets back and saves it. So I'm hoping Big Don isn't being asked to do some crazy things this season, but we'll see. In terms of Arsenal, David Raya, White, Mosquera, Gabriel, Calafiori at the back four, Lewis Skelly, Bruno G in midfield, Manueke, Odegaard, Solis and Havertz up front, which I think that's reasonably strong. I think it's as good as it gets, really, from what Arsenal, I would have guessed, because of the minutes that they've got available to them. Rice is obviously absolutely knackered. That seems to be like the pre-ready-made excuse for Arsenal already, that Declan Rice is tired. He's tired. Piss off, man. They're all tired. Everybody played a lot of football last season. What are they on about, man? Why is he extra tired more than anybody else? I know he played a lot of minutes, but I mean, so many footballers played as many minutes as Declan Rice, and it's just not a thing to be like, Declan Rice is the one and only super tired boy. Like, do you know what I mean? Give it a fucking break, man. Big up Belgian dude. Hi, Jonny and chat. Let's start with a win. Hyped for the start of the season, start of the league next week. Yeah, man. I know. This kind of feels like it, though, for me. I know I'm not a big fan of calling this like the biggest game ever or anything, but I do feel like it sets the tone for the league. There is obviously history behind this tournament that isn't great if you win it, to be honest. I think only 8 times, I said in my preview, has the winners of this, and the last, I think, 34 Community Shields, the winners have gone on to win the Premier League 8 times, with there being multiple, obviously there's been 34 winners and only 8 of those 34 have won the Premier League. The last 7 losers, though, 4 of them have gone and won the league. Do you know what I mean? 3 of them being City as well, which is absolutely mad. But this is a different Community Shield because, of course, we faced Leicester. I'm sure we faced Liverpool, which didn't feel quite as big as this because we're sort of on a revenge path right now. I'm sure when we faced Liverpool in the Community Shield, they were seeking revenge against us, whereas now I feel like we're looking for that like statement. I think this is a bigger game for us than it is for Arsenal, not to pile pressure on us, but I do feel like this is more important for us than it is for them, because they're established, they're the champions, their manager's the same, their squad is more or less the same. They don't have as much of a point to prove as we do. Even though we won the FA Cup and the League Cup last season, there's just this new aura around Manchester City. There is a lot of unknown. Questions need answering. And it starts today. It starts today. So I do feel like this is a more important game for City than it is for Arsenal. So I hope we bloody win it. I hope we win it. Big up, Isa. Good to see you, man. Hope you're well. Hope you're looking after yourself. Big up, Ryan. Welcome back, everyone. Ready for the new season. 29 months, Ryan. You are an absolute legend, mate. Guys, make sure you hit that like button. If you haven't done so already, please hit that like button. Massively helps the channel. And it's free to do so, so there's no excuses. And I will come to your house and find you if you don't. So there's that to contend with. Not that there's a threat in there or anything, you know what I mean. Hit the like button. Anyway, Mike Summerby giving Erling Haaland a big hug. Jeremy Doku starts as well. Jeremy Doku. I've put him on the right and Semenyo on the left. Going to be interesting to see what Enzo Maresca does, because last season it was the other way round, wasn't it? Whereas this pre-season, at least, we've seen Semenyo very much play, on the left. And I thought he did really well. Really well. He looked brilliant, Semenyo. Far and away the best player in pre-season for me. Stood out. And I'm hoping he can continue that form into this game and into the season itself, because I think we need him, man. We need Semenyo to be firing on all cylinders, because he's now the guy that pops up with a goal. I do wonder if we'd had Semenyo for the whole of last season rather than from January onwards. I do wonder where we'd have finished, you know. I do think he could have been a difference maker. In 7 points, we finished behind Arsenal in the end. Let's be fair about it. When the title was lost, we gave up on the last day of the season because it was all emotional and it was about Pep Guardiola and saying goodbye to him, because we lost on the last day of the season and they won. So there was 3 points, but the title was already done at that point. But I do think the gap would not have been as big had Semenyo been at this football club, because there's so many games where Haaland, not so many, but there are games, most games Haaland scores, so there's not so many, but there is going to be games where Haaland gets squashed by defenders and stifled out of the game, or he just has an off day. And if he has an off day, you can't just completely depend on him. And if he has an off day, it's like, that's it, we're not going to win because Haaland's had an off day. There were games last season where it felt like if Haaland wasn't playing well, we didn't play well. Whereas Semenyo is the type of player to just pop up with a goal when you need him to. And we didn't have enough of those players doing that last season in the first half of the season, when we were just so dependent on Haaland scoring goals. Now we've got another player that is going to get not Haaland level of goals, but I'm expecting... What are you expecting? I'm expecting over 20 goals from Semenyo this season, in all competitions at least. Over 20. I think he could be looking at that. It depends on how wide he plays, because I think with Maresca asking him to stay out wide as much as we saw in pre-season, that might reduce his chances of actually getting goals. Not being as close to goal, of course, because I think Pep tucked him inside quite a bit and let him drift in a little bit with overlapping runs from the fullbacks, but it depends on the circumstances. But we know Semenyo can pop up with a goal. That's the point. That's the point. But we'll see. We'll see how this works out. Anyway, game's about to get underway. It's a friendly. I don't know. It's not friendly. It's not friendly, and there's nothing friendly about this for me. No, it's not friendly. But I get the point. It's not a major game of, like, you know. It's not a... It's low down the pecking order. I get your point. Have you seen this, by the way? I finished drinking this the other day. Have you seen this? Coca-Cola. Seen the new one? I got this as a free sample. Yeah, it goes with the kit, doesn't it? Look at that. Goes with the kit. Anyway, it says... I can't know if you can read it. It says 0 caffeine, 0 sugar, 0 calories. Like, it's just nothing. There's nothing. 0 liquid. 0 anything. It was just an empty can. That's how healthy it is. It's just an ornament. Fucking brilliant idea from Coke, that. It just went when I opened it. Brilliant idea. Have you tried it? It's mad. It actually tastes exactly like Coke Zero, by the way. I got it as a free sample. Anyway, if you're wondering. Bit mad. Where's the clock gone? Right, Enzo Maresca. Your first competitive game. The first Manchester City manager ever to have his first game as a Community Shield. Oh. Anderson. Oh yeah, of course, we're not at Wembley now, are we? Which is interesting. At the Millennium Stadium. Right, game's about to get underway. Here we go, lads. Here we go. Here we go. Jonny, I look like Anderson. Do I? I thought I was John Cena. I've had Lewandowski. I've had John Cena. And now Elliot Anderson. Do you remember Albert Riera? I had him. Game's underway. Albert Riera, Manchester City player. I think he's the closest one I look like. When I look at him, I see a little bit more of me. Anyway, Arsenal coming forward a bit early. Bloody hell. Calafiori. Solis with a deep cross. Back post. Madueke nods it down. Ben White. It's mad we're playing football again, aren't we? Oh, shit. Calafiori's in. 1-on-1. It's 1-0 already. Fucking hell, lads. God. 30 seconds in. For fuck's sake, lads. We looked in trouble the second the game started. Just how much space Calafiori had coming forward. Looked easy, man. Looked fucking easy. Well, get Pep Guardiola on the phone. Fucking hell. Get Pep Guardiola. Where's Pep when you need him? Jesus Christ. Right, is Madueke onside? That's the question. That's the question. Jesus Christ. I think he might be, you know. Unbelievable. Calafiori's definitely onside. The gap between Diaz and Kasanov. Arsenal just threw everyone forward. Instantly. Looked all too easy. Shocking start from Manchester City. Absolutely shocking start. Fucking hell, lads. What are we playing at here, man? It's not offside, by the way. It's 1-0. Right. Now we've had a touch of the ball, see if we can respond, shall we? Curtis, good to see you, mate. Remember, it's a friendly if we lose, not a friendly if we win. Well, it's a bloody friendly, isn't it, right now? It's a definite friendly, this is. Big up all Blues in the chat. Let's have a good one. Cheers, Curtis, mate. Hope you're good, man. Hope you're good. Fucking hell. Big up Scott. Big up Scott, man. You're a legend, mate. I know you've been around here for a long time, mate. Thanks for becoming a member, man. Really appreciate that support. Goes a long way, mate. Thank you. What the fuck was that, City? What the fuck was that as a start? Oh, my God. That was easy, wasn't it? Really easy. It was all Calafiori, really. He was the one that caused the problem. The second he started charging forward, I was like, hang on a minute. We already looked in trouble at how much space he had. And he just came forward completely uncontested. No one bothered going near him. And then he got a ball into Solis, who put a deep cross into the back post. Madueke nods it back towards Lewis Skelly. And then Lewis Skelly just cuts this ball through the middle of Kasanov and Diaz. And away they go. Calafiori 1-on-1. All too easy. Foden, we need a big game from you, mate. Elliot Anderson's... is that a goal kick? Yes, it is. It's good to see... Well, is it good? The bench is good. We've got interesting players on it. I can't... who have we got? Can't remember. I know Grealish is on there, which is mad. No Savinho as well. Rodri's not travelled. Injured, but he's been injured before and travelled with the squad before just to sit there and watch. So the fact that he's not even gone is ominous. And Doku going down, obvious dive, to be honest. Obvious. You feeling it already, James? Bloody hell. No optimism. We've got to give him a bit of a chance, man. We've got to, you know. Let's not forget Pep caused all sorts of concern when he first arrived. There were so many City fans, and back then I wasn't making content. That's not a dive. That's a fucking foul. Yes. I wasn't making content, so I was sat in the stadium. I was in the Etihad, listening to the fans around me, and Pep was not like, you know, it was uncomfortable in the Etihad when Pep first signed in his first year as Manchester City manager, because there were so many things that he'd changed. In particular, Claudio Bravo coming in for Joe Hart, who was like a club, well, not really a legend, but certainly a fan favourite, well respected. Foden, you've got to hold the ball up better than that, mate. We're in big trouble again here. Calafiori out to Solis, ball across into oh, fucking hell, Donnarumma was full. Come on, Foden, lad, you've got to hold the ball better than that, man. That was too easy, man. You've got to get your body in the way. He was just like, received it with a bit of space, just one hit behind him, and it's out of his control. But yeah, so Pep, I think he's had a lot of, you know, got a lot of stick in his first year because he made things and playing out from the back, and there was lots of nerves around the Etihad when we started playing out from the back and passing the ball like in our own penalty box. It was like so foreign to us. We were like, what are we watching here? Well, no one was used to it. The Premier League wasn't used to it, let alone the Manchester City fans, you know. And then, all of a sudden, a year later, we're loving him. So, yeah. I don't think Enzo Maresca is going to be as good as Pep, though. I just can't see it. I can't see that happening. I do think he's got a good managerial record that's to be respected. I think he could do a bit more in terms of, well, he hasn't really had it. Oh, fucking hell, Kovacic giving it away here. We're in big trouble again. It's just sloppy. It's our own downfall at the minute. Odegaard through. Madueke with space. Gvardiol out there onto his left foot. Kovacic gets back and wins it back. Well done, lad. But, I mean, we've got to sort it out in midfield. We look sloppy. We've had more of the ball, but here comes Foden, slows it down, gets it out left to Jeremy Doku. Finally, City getting into the penalty area. Here we go, Jeremy Doku. 3 Arsenal players, no City player, and now we give it away again. Poor. We've been very poor on the ball. That's 3 giveaways in the space of like 2 minutes. 1 from Foden, 1 from Kovacic, 1 from Doku. It's pre-season, let's be honest. It's rusty. We look rusty, very rusty. But Kovacic and Foden are 2 players that have been fully integrated into the pre-season, so they've not got excuses to be rusty at this stage. Doku, I get it. But, you know, Haaland, Doku, Anderson, O'Reilly, they've not been involved in pre-season yet, so I would expect to see a few cobwebs on those players, but so far they all look like they're a bit rusty, man. Oh, bloody Nora. I agree, I see. You're not going to see it. But Arsenal, though, they look sharper than we do. They look like they're waiting for us at this point. They've got this is exactly how Arsenal won so many games last season. They would get a goal and then they would accept that, you know, they're going to allow most of the oppositions to have the ball, you know, and wait for them to give it away and then pick their moments wisely. Certainly against top half Premier League opposition, maybe against the bottom half of the opposition, you'd expect Arsenal to have most of the possession, but there was definitely games where they're quite happy to concede possession. And going 1-0 down to Arsenal is not ideal. But they haven't got the defenders. They've got Gabriel, Mosquera, who I think is half decent, but no Saliba, no Timber. Ben White, I think you can get at him. We need to get Doku firing against Ben White because I think we can run. A Doku that's on fire beats Ben White every time. Every time. Kovacic with a lovely switch ball out to Semenyo, who has maintained his width well over on that right-hand side. So he's on the right, by the way, if you're wondering. Semenyo on the right, going past Calafiori. Well, I had to slow it down again. But yeah, Doku on the left and Semenyo on the right. Anderson with the ball in. It's cleared. Only to Josko Vardiol, who's going to dink it in. As he knows, he's chopped it onto his right foot, looking for an option. We've seemed to have steadied the ship a little bit. Still the odd. No, that's not good enough. That's not good enough from Josko Vardiol. And he rubs his beard. He rubs his great big bushy beard in frustration. Oh, bollocks. Can't believe we're 1-0 down after 30 seconds, man. What a shit start to the game that was. So obviously, I think we're getting clues today about transfer news as well. Let's be honest about it, because there's no Tajani Reinders on the bench. There's no Savinho, who's supposedly ill. I've been doing that for a few days now. Ill. He's not. I'm pretty sure he's gone. And no Rodri, who is, as I've already mentioned, he's injured. But as I've also already mentioned, he's been injured before and turned up and watched just to support his teammates, whereas today he has made the choice not to come. So I think he's on his way as well. Hopefully we'll get Buwadi in. I saw glimpses, or I saw the highlight reel of his performance against Everton yesterday, and he looked very good, very composed for Lille. But it's a big ask to expect him to be filling the boots of Rodri as an 18-year-old. I think he's going to go on to be that, but yeah. I just hope we don't go for Enzo Fernandez, for fuck's sake. 120 million is an absolute joke. Forgetting all the crap, the baggage that comes with him, man. I don't even see him as a replacement for Rodri. Let's just talk about the footballer for a minute, because I don't see Enzo Fernandez as a replacement for Rodri by any stretch of the imagination, because he's when he was let loose, when he was given license to push forward, more of an 8, sometimes as a 10 in Chelsea. I've seen the stats. When I saw an Opta article, I read it. There we go, Madueke ball across, corner ball to Arsenal, bloody hell. I saw some information about Enzo Fernandez's best performance, and it was when he was higher up the pitch and given license to go forward and play in pockets a little bit higher up the pitch. That's when he played his best football. He's never looked like a natural 6 to me at all. So there's no way Enzo Fernandez is the replacement for Rodri. Not at all. Let alone the price tag and all the baggage that comes with it, man. Not at all. Anyway, corner to defend here. Arsenal, look at them. All at the back post. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them, all outside the 6-yard box. They all come charging in, trying to confuse everybody. And it's in, and it's cleared. Another cross coming back in there because it's back with Madueke. Space, man. Where's the mark in there, man? Ben White just... Wake up, lads. They look like... Not with it. They don't look ready at all. Mentally, like, just not switched on to this game yet. That was easy, man. Ben White just came into a pocket of space. Madueke got the ball back and looked like he was about to cross it in. And there was 2 or 3 City players just in front of him. 1, none of them decided they were going to go and stop the cross. And 2, they didn't look behind them for any potential underlapping runs. Wake up, lads. Corner ball, again, for Arsenal. It's Odegaard to take it this time. It's a deep one. Donnarumma coming out. Calafiori. Oh, we get the free kick. Arsenal claiming it was a penalty, but in the end, we're the ones who get the free kick. Bloody hell, man. He was all over him there. Kasanov was all over him then. Are they looking at it? I'm worried if they're looking at it. Are they asking him to stop? Let's play on. Fuck's sake. Yeah, we're playing on. Thank fuck for that. It's all over him too. I saw a glimpse of it, to be fair. I didn't see a clear, good angle of the replay, but I did see an Arsenal shirt being pulled. But you're right. Gabriel gives as good as he gets, doesn't he? So, I mean, yeah. I think a lot of our season could hinge on Phil Foden, you know. If we're going to depend on him as a number 10, obviously we've got Cherky, who is on the bench, but we could be looking at a... this is it. This is last chance for Foden for me. I'm glad to some degree that we got him signed to a contract for the sake of resale value. I don't think we'll ever sell him, though. I don't think he'll ever want to go. Because it's like I live here. I've lived here my whole life, and I'm a Manchester City fan. I want to be here. That's such a sloppy ball from Ruben Diaz. Kovacic wins it, but that's the definition of a hospital pass right there. We are all out. Nico sent Kovacic away, and then Kovacic has turned and ran with it brilliantly. Really good. That was better at least. But we're not looking good here, you know. Even that little ball from Kovacic to Nico O'Reilly was just a little bit like, where you go and chase that, mate. We need to sharpen up, lads. We need to sharpen up. Yeah, there's no like fourth season chance for Phil Foden. Do you know what I mean? This is it. Like, you've had far too many chances now for it to be like, oh, you've gone through something, which if he has, fair play to Phil Foden, but we can't operate like this where we have to just give people third chances and fourth chances and fifth chances. Football's not like that. The industry doesn't accept it, I'm afraid. You just get sold. If you're not cutting the mustard, man, you're not playing. And right now, this is not a game to be judging Phil Foden entirely on at all. But I haven't seen enough from him in pre-season. I haven't seen enough from him in 16 minutes, which is incredibly harsh to be judging him on 16 minutes of football. But, come Christmas time, I think that's the time when we need a real, sit down and have a good chat about Phil Foden. Let's talk about him after the first half of the season and see what he's done so far. Because I think by that point, we'll probably have a good idea if this is going to be a good season or not for Phil Foden. And in which case, Cherky's just, you got to start questioning how long do we wait before we just put Cherky in and he's the one, he's the 10. That's it. Here's Doku. Right, Foden, pocket of space. Out to Anderson. Anderson fires one across. That's not a bad ball, Is Doku keeping that in? No, he's not. Unlucky. The ball in from Elliot Anderson wasn't bad. I think Haaland was caught on his heels a little bit here. I'd like to see how close to Haaland that cross was. What's Haaland doing there? Why is Haaland not diving at that? That's a great ball. Exactly, Ryan. Great cross. That's what I thought. It was like he just went zoom right across his face. Why is he not fucking going for that? Oh, he's in. Solis. Kasanov has read the game really well. It was a poor ball, though. If that ball was better, Solis was in then, because he'd ran in that same channel between Diaz and Kasanov, the same channel that Calafiori ran in to score the opener for Arsenal. And Solis saw it again. Could be a weak spot that Arsenal are picking on here between Kasanov and Ruben Diaz. But it's definitely three at the back at the minute. And O'Reilly's not quite in midfield, but he's more advanced than any of the rest of the back four. "18 minutes in, City with no chances to speak of at all. Half chance really. If Haaland threw his head at it, he'd probably have connected with it. That's about as good as it's gotten for City so far. Man on, man on. Well done. Back to Big Don. They had a half opportunity, Arsenal, after they went 1-0 up, where Solis fired a low hard cross that got deflected, and Donnarumma, he actually fumbled it, Donnarumma, for a split second, but only back into his hands. Other than that, Arsenal have offered nothing since they scored, and they've had a few corners. That's about it. But I think 1-0 to Arsenal is a fair reflection of the game, unfortunately. We're dominating the ball. We're playing some okay football in midfield. It's not terrible, but we're barely getting near the final third. Here's an opportunity for Foden, who shoots! Saved by David Raya. Nico O'Reilly strong. Weak from the defenders and hot. Piss off, referee! Piss off! Nico O'Reilly's just pure strength. Out-muscled him. Referee bullshit, man. Absolute shite decision. Good attempt from Phil Foden there. White goes down like a shithouse. Nico O'Reilly just stronger than him. Not a chance was that a foul. Bollocks, man. But good effort from Foden. Good effort from Foden, that was. I've already finished my first beer, man, because we're 1-0 down. 20 minutes in and I'm already one beer in. Can't be having a second beer after 20 bloody minutes. It's going to be shit-faced. Oh, Nico O'Reilly coming forward. Is that bobbled to Doku? Get on it, lad. Get on it. Oh, I couldn't take it off Bruno G. Not seen much of him yet, but... Fuck off, man. Fuck off. What's he... It's referee, man. Another foul on Nico O'Reilly. Well, given to Nico O'Reilly. This time on Havertz. It's the softest foul. Like, I thought he was going to book him. That's when I was going to lose my shit. But he's gone over to him and had a word with him. Like, that's it. Any more of them and you're in the book. Piss off. Who is this ref? I reckon I'm rubbish at remembering referees' names. Apart from Michael Oliver, because he's on the books. Other than that, I don't pay attention to referees that we don't pay. I love that rumour that we pay Michael Oliver. It's the most bollocks myth you've ever heard in your life. Ball down the line to Solis. 1-2. Gets it back from Calafiori. Bruno G's got an opportunity to switch it. He does. All the way out to Madueke, who's now one-on-one with Nico O'Reilly. He's coming into the penalty area. He's got an overlapping run that he ignored. Doku does well to slow him down, but he's still got it somehow. Strong tackle from Nico O'Reilly, but he's lost it. Bruno G's into the byline. Cuts it back. It's not cleared properly. It's coming back again. City on the ropes. Madueke inside to Lewis Skelly. We've got numbers back now. We should be defending this. Got to be Donnarumma's. Straight into his hands. Easy as that. Oh, lads. What are we doing? What are we doing? It's been a frustrating game to watch this so far, hasn't it? It really has. What have I missed there? I completely missed that. Doku was through on goal. Just too busy fucking pissing about on my phone. Doku, I'm sorry, completely missed that. Gabriel with a big tackle. And he did that annoying shithouse face. Mate, let's not forget what a complete bellend you look like at the very last kick of last season. Not only did you smash the ball over the bar to completely capitulate your chances of lifting European silverware, you completely fucked it in a Brazil shirt as well. You fucktard. Ball in. David Raya collects. Haaland bullied you, mate, in the World Cup. Sit the fuck down, mate. We need to see a bit more of that battle. Gabriel's gone nowhere near him, but Haaland's barely touched it. Foden's been booked. What is going on? I can feel my ears going. I can feel them going. Yeah, they've gone. I didn't even need to look. I knew it. I knew it. Fucking hell, lads. Ugh. I can't stand Gabriel. Who's like your top 5? Let's go top 3. Top 3 most hateable footballers. I'm trying to think of my third. I've got... Oh, go on. Haaland's in there. If you can get on the end of that. Mosquera does really well, though. Does really well. Then trips over. That was funny. Gabriel's now number 1 for me. My most hated footballer. I think Bruno Fernandes is still in the top 3. I think Bruno Fernandes. Yeah, Enzo Fernandez. I think you might be right, you know. Enzo Fernandez might be in there. You've gone Cucurella. I don't really have a problem with Cucurella. I know why people hate him. It's 90% is the hair. I think it's the hair. Because it's a big bushy hair. I think that's why people are just like... done with him, man. But... yeah, Enzo Fernandez, he's easily hateable. Vinicius Junior, he's a bit annoying. Yeah. Rudiger. Yeah, Rudiger. I'm not as offended by him as I used to be, but 100% Rudiger. He was annoying. He's been a right knob. He used to wind up Haaland a bit, and also the penalty. You know, when he ran, when he scored that penalty at the Etihad in the penalty shootout, and he did that fucking run. Looked like Mark Kennedy. Great tackle by Josko. Great tackle. Peer, I've missed your super chat, mate, and your 16 months legendary membership, massively appreciated. A great hello to all you lovely people. I've really missed the fantastic community. I've missed you, Peer. Big up to you, sir. Hope you're good, man. Hope you're well. Thanks very much for your support and business schemes as well. You could say, you could hear it coming. Oh, you're talking about the ears? Yeah, I can hear them. They're like, red. Yep. They make noise. I can genuinely feel them, though. It's like hot as shit in here. It really is. Ball in. Foden's just let it drift across his body. I'm not sure why he wasn't ready for that there. I only saw a glimpse of it, but bloody hell. We've not even really looked like scoring, have we, at any point? Madueke coming forward one-on-one with Nico O'Reilly. Can't get past him. He slowed him down at least. He's a great defender, isn't he? Nico O'Reilly. He's deceptively quick. Odegaard ball in. Back post. Solis. Free as a bird. Havertz. 2-0. I'm looking at Donnarumma there. I'm not sure how he's not saved it. It almost hit him, and then he seemed to like fumble it into his own net. What the fuck, man? I mean, we know we have problems with Donnarumma, but if the shot stopping starts becoming a problem, then we've got a real fucking problem, because that looked like it should have been saved. I need to see a replay, but it looked like he'd saved it and then punched it into his own net. Oh, fucking hell. I don't see how this is a Havertz goal. I think this is it might still be a Havertz goal, but it looks more like an own goal from Donnarumma. Looks like it hits him and then he punches it into his own net. It's a little bit unlucky, maybe. Maybe it comes off his head, I think. I think it comes off his head. It like sort of like lands on his like chest, bounces down, bounces back up, and as he's coming down it hits his head and then goes in, and the arm looks like it's hit that, but I think it hits his head. I'm still thinking you should be saving it and pushing it away like that. You know what I mean? Like parrying it away. Fucking hell. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Big up, John. Hey, Johnny, glad to be back. I'm not. I'm fucking devastated. This is rubbish. From the look of the this pre-season, we've got a lot of defensive work to do. Top three hated are Gabriel, Rice, and the rest of the Arsenal team. Yeah, Rice is a bit annoying. Do you know what? I actually don't have a... That's a big crack, that, wasn't it? Loud beer. I don't dislike Rice. I actually don't mind him at all. I actually think he's all right. I think he's like, he doesn't cheat. I don't know. I don't know. I don't really mind Declan Rice, but I fully get behind most of our Lewis Skelly. In terms of Arsenal players, Lewis Skelly gets right on my tits. He does. Far too much arrogance for such little proof, like, of being like a top level player. He's good. He's a good player. I just think he's got the arrogance of an absolute like superstar, but he just isn't a superstar at all. He's a good utility player. That's about it. And he's probably going to develop quite well because he's young still. But I just feel like his attitude's shit, and we all saw that with the little Haaland celebration. But yeah, we're all over the place here. This is embarrassing, actually, really, at this point, to be 2-0 down after half an hour. It looks so comfortable for Arsenal. They just look like they're quite nonchalant in the way they're winning this game. I'm not sure they're even playing that well. I think, yeah, the possession stats came up before. We've had more of the ball, but we've looked poor. We really have looked poor. When any attempt to get into the final third has just been stopped. No problem. I'm turning the air conditioning on because I'm hot. I'm getting hot. I'm getting angry hot. You might hear a bit of noise now, so apologies. But here we go. Come on, send Haaland through. Oh, typical. Off the heel of Gabriel. That could have been I mean, Foden, really, I'm looking at you because I don't think that was... For Foden's standards, for what we want him to be, I don't think that ball's as difficult as he made it look. You want it to go underneath Haaland and let him deal with it, you know? Big up, Phil. Always look on the bright side of life. Be-doop. Be-doop, be-doop, be-doop. Yeah. What's the bright side of this game, Phil, so far, mate? Let us know. Because I'm struggling. The bright side is it's a friendly. Oh, man. Corner ball to City, whipped in back post, and it's going to be retaken. Referee saw something. Not enjoying this game whatsoever. It feels like artificial control. Do you know what I mean? It feels like fake control, because we have had the ball more than they have. It doesn't feel like genuine. It feels like you're that little guy doing that, and the other guy's just got his hand on you and on your head, and you're swinging like that, trying to do stuff. We haven't really actually laid a glove on them at all in this first half so far. We've got an opportunity for another corner. Back post is Gvardiol, free as a bird. He loops it back in, and it's half cleared, fully, well, out of the area at least, by Ben White. Anderson keeps it alive, gets it to Foden. Cross nearly came in. This time it is coming in from Foden, back post. No one's there. Out for a goal kick. Poor cross. I mean, I think Foden's asking for a better run. He is, and he might have a point, because when a cross drifts out like that, you do wonder if the cross was good enough. But I'm not sure it was that bad a cross. But not really enough numbers in there, was there really? He's whipping it into no man's land and hoping for the best. Oh. Foden is playing bad. I don't know. I'm not... Oh, fucking hell. Donnarumma nearly gives it away. Who was that alert? I think it was Kusanov who was alert to it then, but... What do you think to Donnarumma then? Do you think Donnarumma should have saved that second one? I felt like he should, you know. Another foul on Doku. Let's get Doku in the game more. I'd consider swapping Doku and Semenyo maybe. Just do something different. I'm not sure what that really would achieve. Both right-footed wingers, aren't they? So it doesn't change much. You've got one that wants to drift inside naturally and the other one wants to go around the outside more naturally. It's going to be the same if you swap them. They're just different players and trying your luck. That's all it is. Seeing what's what. And Doku's found a little bit of space here and he's been allowed to turn as well. And that's not a bad ball to Haaland at all. Haaland's in and he's skewed it wide, man. The first opportunity for Haaland. It ends up on his right foot. A sarcastic smile from Haaland, knowing that he should have done better with that. Really, the ball from Doku was exactly what the ball from Foden should have been. And that was a much harder ball from Doku. A similar style of run from Haaland, just on the right of Gabriel. Doku finds him. Haaland takes it in his stride. And he's sort of stumbling as he takes his effort. And the right foot, like skewed effort, goes horribly over the bar. Over the bar, given away, and we should have taken that then, you know. Throw into Arsenal, man, but... Big up, William. I'm sure City fans will not overreact. I don't know whether you're being sarcastic there or not. I sense sarcasm there because I've already seen many Enzo Maresca out already, which is not even worth acknowledging, to be honest. It's ridiculous to be that early. But this is the day and age. Madueke's in. Fucking hell, man. This stinks of 3-0. Donnarumma saves it. My trust in Donnarumma's depleting, man. It's depleting, and I love him. I really thought like the first half of last season was just absolutely brilliant. Madueke was miles offside then. I do feel like when we had Edison, a lot of City fans wanted a better shot stopper. They wanted it. That was the biggest demand from the City fan base, was like, he's good with the ball at his feet, but there are too many simple chances that just go in the back of the net. And Arsenal are in it. It's going to be 3 in a minute. Overlapping run from Calafiori. Dive in, twat. Get him in the book. Cheating Arsenal bastards. Fuck off. Straight in the yellow card book, that is. Calafiori going down like a cheating shithouse that he is. Referee saw it from a mile away. We all did. Because Kusanov goes lunging in and then pulls his foot away. Clever from Kusanov. Lured him in. Waited for the dive. And there he is. Proving what a cheating shithouse he is. Yellow card for you. Bellend. Bongani. Honestly, he should have. Saw it coming a mile away. You're talking about the Donnarumma save, I'm assuming there. Yeah, I think he should have saved it, mate. I agree. Bad news for Arsenal, though. Winning this is a curse. So you don't really want to win this. And every time we lose the Community Shield, we go on and to win the Premier League. So be careful what you say this evening if you do pick up this octagonal plate. Big up, Hank. Jonny, the good news is we're back with you for another season. Big up to you, mate. Cheers. Let's get the ugly out of the way early in the season. Big up from Tim, Terry and Hank. Cheers, Hank. Appreciate you, mate. Top man. And big up to... Tim and Terry as well. Hope you're all looking after yourselves. 38 minutes gone. A goal before half-time would set the tone nicely for the second half. Bags of space here for Jeremy Doku after a switch from Anderson. Doku, ball in. Haaland saved! Oh, no. That was the one. Oh, no. That's the one, man. That's normally in the back of the net, isn't it? Here's Foden. Semenyo to the byline. Nico O'Reilly's there. Back post. It's Doku! Over the bar. Is it a corner? It is. Should have been. There's got to have been. One of those had to have been a goal. The way Arsenal are celebrating this, man, we actually don't look like we're that bothered. Like, our body language, the way we've carried ourselves in this game, maybe... I'm not a body language expert or anything along those lines, but just going off the eye test, and you should trust your eyes more than you think, you know. Do you think the City players look that bothered? Whereas Arsenal, they look so up for this, don't they? Like, really, like Gabriel with the tackle on Doku before. Like, go, rah, rah. And then the fucking Lewis Skelly giving him a hug. Just then for the block, like, thank God for that. Oh, you saved us there. Like, fucking hell, man. Like, they really care about it. And I care about it. And I don't think that's wrong for Arsenal, but it does feel like they care about it more than we do. It really does. I don't know. Yeah, I agree, Hannah. Good to see you as well. Hope you're well. I'm not sure I should, mate. I need a shit, so... You know when people say you've got butterflies? Butterflies. What the hell are butterflies? Oh, I'm nervous. I've got butterflies. Why does it feel like the butterflies in your stomach? That doesn't feel right at all. It feels like a big gallon of like horse piss in my stomach, like a chemical. Like I feel ill. I don't feel like I've got butterflies whatsoever. So I'm never going to trust my gut. My gut is frequently wrong. And leaves me in the bogs. Anyway, Vasco. Haaland against us. Brackets Brazil. Oh, you're Brazilian, Vasco. Big up to you, man. And Brazil. 2 shots, 2 goals, one of them being a howler. There's Jack Grealish. Haaland today against Arsenal. 2 clear misses. Fucking hell. He was unbelievable. That was just one of them games that was just like, you know, it's just going for you. That shot, that second goal. Come on, Kovacic, man. What was that? He had the ball, man. It's Odegaard, the softest guy in midfield. So soft. And he's able to muscle you out of a ball like that when you have the ball at your feet and he's behind you. How is that happening? Ball to the byline. Ben White. Back post. It's over the bar from Calafiori. Should have been 3-0. Should have hit the target at least. Oh my God. Cheers for the super chat, Vasco. He was class in that game though, wasn't he, mate? You're absolutely right. Thoughts on Kovacic over Nico G, asks John. Thanks for the super chat, John. Right now, I feel vindicated in what I said in my preview. I said if Anderson starts, it should be alongside Nico G. That was my statement. And I feel like that was absolutely correct. Donnarumma just tried to play a ball to Kovacic, intercepted by Solis. Worrying. It's worrying. That ball has been attempted a few times and has been read easily. On Donnarumma on the ball now. Let's see what he does again. Let's see what he does. Just dinks it forward. Oh, he's found Doku because it was actually missed over the head of both Haaland and Gabriel. And now Doku's actually away here. If he can get past Mosquera, which he doesn't, but we do win a corner. But I'm not sure that ball was intended for Doku. It was intended for Haaland. But they're high-risk balls, them, you know, just lumping it up. Haaland's a good option to have, to lump it to, because, you know, he's big and he'll win more than he loses. But it's, you know, I'd rather him just play 5-yard pass. Just give it Diaz or Gvardiol. Just give it them and let them play out from the back. Stop asking Donnarumma to dink it so far and split the defence, split the press. You know what I mean? Ball in. David Raya collects it nonchalantly, and it's a free kick anyway to Arsenal. So yeah, John, I think Nico G. Kovacic I actually rate. I think he's a very good player. I just think he's had a poor first half, really poor first half, in the sense of at least holding on to the thing, because there's been numerous times where he's had his pocket picked right in the middle of the park, all too easily as well, weak, if anything. And he's not seen. We've not seen those signature passes of his where he like chops it into like the corners, into spaces. Half time's around the corner for City, and we need not a pep talk, we need an Enzo talk, don't we? Big up Daniel. Could be stupid, but I think Foden could play deeper alongside Anderson or Cover while Cherky stays out. Starting number 10, I just want Foden and Cherky. We saw them play together a little bit at the beginning of last season, didn't we? Here's Arsenal through again, and Odegaard trying to thread the ball through there to Havertz. If that went through, it's in trouble here, but Doku's so casual from Doku. Tries to go round Ben White, pass the ball that side, run that side, just hits it straight at him. And now Madueke's one-on-one with Nico O'Reilly. In the space here's Odegaard. Every time they come forward, it looks like they're going to score, but they don't come forward that often. We've had more of the ball, but here come Arsenal looking for a third. Donnarumma with a fumble, cleared off the line. This is embarrassing, lads. This is embarrassing. Fucking hell, man. Donnarumma, mate, you're having a fucking mare. He comes out and if you're going to get it, you've got to make sure it's cleared properly. I tell you what, if Odegaard was a better player, this game would be done. This would be 4-0. Like, he's had many opportunities, Odegaard, to hurt us more than he has. He's found pockets with ease, so much space, and he's just not hurt us. There goes the half-time whistle. Really poor first half, to be honest, and I don't want to get too carried away because I understand how early we are into the pre-season, but I'm looking at tempo, I'm looking at body language, I'm looking at general quality from some of them, just the basics, the absolute bare minimum basics. What you expect of a goalkeeper, what you expect of a midfielder. Hold the ball, expect to be hit from behind. You receive the ball with you facing your own goalkeeper. Expect a defender to hit you from behind. Expect it. Kovacic seems surprised every time he gets it. The same's happened to Phil Foden numerous times. He's come forward with opportunities, and more often than not, he's played it safe. There was one opportunity from Foden to find Haaland, which I don't think was that difficult to pass. Doku's probably been our best player, and he's not been very good. I think Doku's been the likeliest player to actually do something. Semenyo's been fairly quiet. Anderson's been non-existent, really. No mistakes from Anderson, but we haven't seen much from him. He's tended to be very right central midfield. Kovacic is operating in the middle of the pitch, and Anderson is very much drifting over to the right side of the pitch. Not as a right winger, but definitely right central midfield. Not seen much of him though, but we've not seen much of him in terms of like bad or good. I'd rather see more of him generally. Diaz and Gvardiol. Kasanov is maybe called into question for that cross for the second goal. When Solis is winning that header to knock it back to Havertz, you're wondering where our back post defending is there. Nico O'Reilly's been okay. I think he's been alright. Defensively sound against Madueke. Madueke's not had much joy against him. He's the only time Madueke's done anything is passing it inside to Odegaard, which is always the easy option. You're not actually trying to take on the fullback because Nico O'Reilly is so difficult to get past, and he's not got past him once. But it's still a problem because he's passing it just around him, which is the easier option. And you're wondering where the hell is our midfield to pick up Odegaard, who is consistently finding pockets of space. And thankfully, he's not hurt us more than he could have done. It's not been a great first half, in all honesty. Big up, Daniel. Thanks for the super chat, mate. In terms of your question, who is off the pitch then? If you want Anderson play deeper alongside Anderson with Foden, I think it's too weak, in all honesty. I think it's just too weak. We've not got enough physicality there with Anderson. I think we are in a situation where if you want Foden and Cherki on the pitch at the same time, I think one of them has to play out wide. I don't think we're going to play with 2 10s unless we were to push Nico O'Reilly into midfield. The only way we would get physicality in that midfield would be to do the treble season formation, where you have 3 at the back with Kusanov, Diaz, Gvardiol, Nico O'Reilly left back, but he pushes into midfield alongside Anderson, who's already there. Foden pushes forward, and Cherki pushes forward, and we have them as 2 number 10s. Out wide Semenyo, out wide Doku, up top Haaland. Nico O'Reilly and Anderson in midfield isn't terrible, but I haven't seen enough good performances from Nico O'Reilly in midfield. His best performances have always been left back, or that position that we saw last season Pep found, where it was like an advanced left back, inside advanced left back. It was almost like a new position was invented for Nico O'Reilly last season. I don't think I've ever seen anyone play in that position. Josko has dabbled with it in previous seasons. In the 4-peat season, Josko dabbled with it, and I think Nico O'Reilly is arguably better at it than Josko because he's got more of an attack-minded mentality. But yeah, it'll be difficult to accommodate both of them. But anyway, you want Nunes. I would rather Nunes at right back, considering what Kusanov's job is in this game. It's not to go forward, it's to stay back. Nunes was doing exactly the same thing last season. He was doing the same thing, so I agree. But I would take Diaz off and put Kusanov centre back. I'd have Kusanov and Gvardiol and Nunes right back. I don't think Diaz has been particularly impressive in this game. I think Havertz has given him a rough time. There was a moment towards the end of that first half where it looked like a 50-50 and he was just out-muscled, and Havertz just like pushed him away and said, I'm having that ball. You know, and that's one thing that you expect from Diaz is strength. You know, you don't expect speed or, you know, Kusanov type defending, but you expect a bit of strength and edge of the box defending. The gap between Diaz and Kusanov for the opening goal within 30 seconds. The second they scored, the tone was set, really, wasn't it? As soon as they went 1-0 up, it felt like, like it was such a deflating goal. It looked like we were starting to manage it. We started to take control of the game, but only in the sense of possession. There was not real control. It was artificial. It felt fake. You know, it's like we've got the ball, but we're doing no damage here. We're not actually hurting them. And they went and got a second goal. And it felt like Arsenal were actually the ones in control. Even though they didn't have the ball, they were actually the team in control because we couldn't get at them. They were just like fending us off, like no problem, batting away any attacks we threw at them. And then when they came forward, it felt threatening. It felt like they really could score here. And they got their second. Frustrating. But it's early doors, man. It's early doors. We can't be writing off Enzo Maresca. It's ludicrous. If you are genuinely writing off Enzo Maresca and you're not doing it in jest, you're doing it as a joke, fine. That's a silly joke. I've already done it. I said we need to get Pep on the phone the second we conceded after 30 seconds. Obviously, that is a joke. If you genuinely believe Enzo Maresca is a failure of a manager already, I just don't think you should be taken seriously at all. Because it's not fair. How can we possibly write off a guy so early into his career, man? It's not, give him a fucking chance, man. At least till Christmas. Even then, I'm prepared to go like into the second half of the season before we start genuinely judging him. But fucking Community Shield, what are we doing? Anyway, just bored. I don't care about this pre-season BS trophy. Arsenal can have it. I agree with you with the trophy. I don't agree with you with the performance, in the sense of I care about the performance more than the fact that it's a piece of silverware. I do agree with you on the Community Shield. I'm not that bothered. I am bothered. I would rather win it than not win it. But I am bothered, very much bothered, about the way we've played. And the way we've, not laid a glove on them at all. Barely, really. Haaland had that chance that he skewed over the bar. That was about it, really. Anyway, I'm going for a piss. I'm hoping that might cheer you up, me leaving. Before I go, Andy. Big up Andy, bring Grealish on. He only had 4 points. He's on it then, isn't he? That's like a fully fit as a fiddle Jack Grealish. 4 pints? Is that it? Fucking hell, man. He must be absolutely raring to go. Fresh as a daisy, Jack Grealish. Unbelievable. I'd almost argue he might be a little bit unwell. You know what I mean? Like twitching from withdrawal symptoms. 4 pints, is that it? Fuck me. Anyway, ADXM. This game is similar to the United game in January. Yeah, flat, lackluster. A bit like... That game was miles worse, though. I know the point you're trying to make. I get the point you're trying to make, but the way we played in that game in the United, that was one of the most unforgivable performances ever. Because it's a derby, man. It was dire, that. You've brought back terrible memories there. That was so bad, that game, man. Really bad. Right, going for a pee. Back. Uno momento. Come on, City. Sort it out, for fuck's sake. You know, quite like the bit of red licorice. It's like the thickest, toughest. It's like leather. I'm going to be like half an hour chewing this, so bear with me. Jesus Christ. I'm going cross-legged. Donnarumma. What we're going to do? Just had to swallow it whole, man. Otherwise, I'd genuinely be there for 20 minutes. That's going to come out like a solid rock, that is. Yeah, Gay. Liam, good to see you, mate. I've already spoke to you, actually, but yeah, Gay. No Gay. Interesting to pick him. Oh, sorry, pick Diaz over Gay. I thought he ended the season reasonably well. I know everyone's going to refer to the Everton mistake, which proved to be incredibly costly. But I actually thought he was a very good player in the second half of last season, and he made a huge impact. He solidified us alongside Kusanov. Scored that brilliant goal away at Stamford Bridge. I thought he generally played well. One mistake against Everton certainly doesn't define who you are. Just like one mistake on your debut away at home to Chelsea didn't define who Kusanov was. So let's give him a fucking break on that. But yeah, I would rather Gay over Diaz because I like Diaz. I think the best thing about him is his mentality. That's the best thing about Diaz. But mentality only gets you so far, man. I used to go to a school with a guy who was like so stupid, man. But he tried so hard, man. And he just got loads of C's and B's in his GCSEs. Fair play, man. You were so like not that clever, but he worked so hard. His mentality was the best, man. He just revised and revised, and he got a load of C's and like 1B. It's that sort of. That's a bit harsh on Diaz. But do you know what I mean? Like, sometimes you just need a bit of natural ability, like a bit of skill. And I'm not convinced by Diaz. You know, I'm not. I'm going to put that out there that I like him. I think he's been a great servant for us. I do think in the last year or so in particular, I think he's made a bit of a decline. I don't think he's been as good as he was in yesteryear. The 2 seasons ago and 3 seasons ago, the treble season, I thought he was like okay as well. And you know, I don't know. I prefer Gay and Kassanov, put it that way. I want a bit of pace at the back because I think it's a bit of a necessity with the way we play. And Adam, is it Adam or ADXM? I don't know, but hey, look at that. What's that? The pole vault. Is anyone watching it on TNT? You got to worry about your bell end on that pole, haven't you, man? Jesus Christ. On the pole vault, how many times have you seen it? I'm pretty sure it's happened where, like, someone's got, like, a big old dong and it, like, clips the pole as you're going over. You'd be so disappointed. Like, 99% of the time, you'd be pleased to have a big dong. But that's the one time you want a small dong, isn't it? Going over a pole vault and you're getting over, everything's getting over, but your bell end just cracks it and knocks it off. Devastating. Especially in the Olympics. You've spent 4 years practicing. 4 years. And then boom. Your penis lets you down. After all that. Does anyone know what I'm talking about, by the way? Grealish is coming on. Mad. Grealish. Is it relatable? You're a frequent pole vaulter, are you, Isa? What's the one that you do without the pole? Is that the high jump? I did that at school, but that's the one where you go over your back. Isn't it? That's where you go like... like that, isn't it? Like, oh, fucking hell, I did my ribs in then doing that. Fucking hell, twisted myself. There's Jackie boy. He's back. Jack is back. And Declan Rice is coming on to finish the game off, let's be honest. Bruno G's the one who's left. Are people piling on Anderson? And what's Anderson done? He hasn't done anything. That's probably the reason to be slightly frustrated with him. But, I mean, there's so many worse offenders out there than Elliot Anderson from that first half performance. That would be my one problem with him, was it just wasn't enough. He was quiet. I thought he put a good cross in for Haaland. And I think if Haaland threw himself at that, second half's underway, then Haaland probably would have got a decent opportunity, but yeah, I don't think we should be piling on Elliot Anderson at all, especially anyone new. I just feel like it's stupid to like write people off so early. Maresca and Anderson, the two newest individuals at Manchester City, and we're writing them off. Crazy. Foden's still playing. I think it would have been cruel to take him off at half-time, but I understand. I presume it was Doku. I didn't actually check who came off. Was it Doku off for Grealish? I didn't even check who came off. I presume it's Doku for fitness reasons. Was it Doku? Right. That's obviously fitness. I agree with the frustration because he was probably our best player in the first half. Oh, he's carrying an injury. His leg's all wrapped up. He's carrying an injury. Oh, for fuck's sake. Did you see that? So I don't think it was just fitness. Well, it literally was fitness. He's actually injured. His leg had a load of cellophane around it. Like it was going to get cooked later. Like it was being preserved for dinner. Why cellophane? Turn there, Foden, man. Honestly, Kovacic wins the ball back. Elliot Anderson's 2 yards behind Kovacic. Plays it into Foden, who's not far. He's only 5 yards in front of him. And then Foden just plays it backwards there. You got to turn there, mate. It's all bobbling around in the penalty area. It's not looking good already, this. Already. Arsenal. How fucking easy is that, man? 3-0 already. And it starts with Foden, man, because he should have turned. He's got to be turning. There was an opportunity to turn, but he plays it backwards into a sea of players when the space was behind him. It's just so fucking easy, man. The midfield has been shite in this game. We've been absolutely bullied. And not even bullied. We've just been poor ourselves. They've not even played well. Fucking hell, lads. My God, man. Fucking Donnarumma again, just like falling down. He got sold a dummy there, didn't he? Odegaard played a dummy and just sat Donnarumma down. Sat him down. Absolutely fell for it and then just passes it into an open net. That was fucking embarrassing from everybody, really. From everybody. Fucking hell. Wow. The problem now isn't, oh, we didn't win the Community Shield. The problem is picking them up from this. Pick them up from this. How do you get them back up from this? You're getting fucking bummed, like, publicly. Like, this is openly getting absolutely... Your pants are well and truly being pulled down here at the beginning of the season. And I know it's the beginning of the season and the Premier League hasn't even started yet. I understand that. By the way, we lost to Arsenal already 3-0 in a Community Shield game in the past. When was that? Was that 2014 or something like that under Pellegrini? Here's Elliot Anderson, smashes it over the bar. I'm pretty sure we lost 3-0 to Arsenal under Pellegrini once. Maybe it was after Mancini. I can't remember when it was, but I'm sure we've had a Community Shield before in the last decade or two where we lost to Arsenal 3-0. And I don't think the season was quite as bad after that either, but it's hard not to react negatively to a 3-0 fucking thumping, to be honest. Big up, Jeff. Still excited to be back with all of you and start the season. Let's see if our lads can show some character in the second half. Good to see you all. Big up to you, Jeff. Jeff, your shirt's on the way, mate, by the way. I forgot to tell you. Your shirt's on the way. Sent it the other day. So I hope you get it safe and sound. It has been dispatched. But yeah, big up to you, Jeff. That's the thing there. You see it there from Foden. He had more time than he realised there. He let Lewis Skelly get onto the back of him. That's better. Forward from Foden, at least. What, is he offside? What, was it a free kick? I don't know. Nose is filling up. It's that bloody air conditioning. Big up, Jeff. Donnarumma then. Was that hit Kai Havertz then? God, some people in this chat are so negative. I feel like I've been negative, Dan. In fairness to the people, there's some of them have gone overboard with the get Enzo gone and like he's not good enough, sack Enzo, Enzo out, all that shit. Anderson pylon and it's too much. Like a bit of perspective, but let's not pretend this is a good performance either. This has been shite, like really poor from pretty much all of them. Name me a player that's still on the pitch, because I think Doku was the one player that stood out, really. Here's Semenyo. Plays it across Nico O'Reilly and then just easily dealt with. Not good. Not good at all. I think the way Odegaard found that space. And what did I say? What did I say at half-time? Thank God Odegaard's not that good because he's not punished us yet, but he keeps finding pockets. He found a pocket in the beginning of this second half, and he's finally punished us. It's exactly what I was saying at half-time, man. The guy's just so easily found a bit of space and just done some damage. Finally, it's been long overdue. I think Odegaard's like one of them, like, give him enough time, he'll eventually come good. Semenyo gives it away, looking for Foden. Oh, Gvardiol's committed, had to make the foul there. He had to make the foul, and it's a yellow card. It had to be. Because if he doesn't win that, he's in trouble. Oh. Haaland off. I think that's Marmoush on, Nico O'Reilly off. Who came on for Nico O'Reilly? Gay. Mark Gay. Still persisting with Kusanov at right back. It's not been a great performance from him either. And Jack Grealish's first touch isn't a good one. Those pints are wearing off. Anderson's gone down. He looks hurt as well. Grealish, go on, have a dig, lad. Go on, Jackie boy. Oh, he's had it taken off him a bit too easily. That. Fucking hell. Marmoush coming forward. Elliot Anderson, not sure what that was, to be honest. I think he got stuck between a cross and a shot there. Ended up being neither. Oh, that's a nasty foul, that, from Lewis Skelly. Just seen the replay on Elliot Anderson. Not sure it's a red, but he's alright, thankfully. We should just, I mean, if that was me now, I realise the game's gone and I realise I'm being bitter and I hope you realise that I don't give a shit But I'd go out snapping right now. I'd go out snapping legs as much as possible. This game's gone. You might as well just inflict as much damage on them as possible because they're doing it to us. You've just seen Lewis Skelly snap Elliot Anderson. You might give it him back, man. But I'm not sure that they're mentally cut out to go out and do that. You know what I mean? Actually go out and fucking hurt them, man. They injured Rodri. They've injured some of our players in the past, and they're trying to do it right now, just injuring Elliot Anderson. Go out and fucking snap them. Hurt them. Do you know what I mean? Let them fucking know. Look, they're doing it again. Kai Havertz just snapping Foden. Give it them back, you soft arses, man. Just give it them back. Fucking hell, lads. You'd expect nothing less, though, would you, man? You got to fucking hold your hands up here, though, haven't we? We've got to hold our hands up and say we've just been absolutely bullied in this game. It's been quite embarrassing. Foden, just with a tame miss hit, like skewed his effort, and I'm worried about Phil Foden, you know. I didn't see enough from him in pre-season. Donnarumma's played it out for a throw-in. I think that was intentional. It was. Oh no, because we already had the throw-in. I thought, was he looking for a City player then, or what? Oh, City. Right, Bournemouth next weekend. What would you do next weekend? What's your starting 11 for next weekend, man? I can't look at, you know, Foden and confidently say you should be starting the next Premier League game, man, because he's just not done enough at all. And he's been like in space. It's not like he's been stifled out of the game and there's no space for him to operate. He's had time and he's had space. He's just done nothing with it. Foden on the ball after a layoff from Marmoush wasn't great, but Foden's picked up the loose pieces. Switches it to Grealish. I'd like a goal, man. I'd like just to get back in the game. Because if anything, this looks more likely to become 4-0. Ball crossed in, it's off the head of Gvardiol, but no, it's a goal kick. He's frustrated. He threatened to squash the skull of the referee there. He was like, I'm going to squash your skull. Oh, no. It's mad, isn't it? It's mad. A little bit worrying. Ryan. I'll be honest with you, because here comes Cherky and here comes Rico Lewis. As much as I respect Jack Grealish for what he did in the treble season, the following season he was just nowhere near like the levels we want him to be. He was nowhere near worthy of the price tag that we paid for him. And then he goes out on loan, and you're thinking, yeah, man, that's the beginning of the end for Jack Grealish's career at Manchester City. To see him back here is a concern, because I don't think he's cut out for like, you know, coming on and rescuing a game. Hey, he's good. He's bloody brilliant, mate. What are you talking about? He's not having a great game, but I think he's a very good player. I'd play him centre-back, though, not right-back. I'd rather see him centre-back. I love Kusanov. Nothing wrong with Kusanov. I know he's arguably got the biggest future out of all of our defenders. So young and so much ability, but he's playing right-back. I'm glad you chilled, David. You're probably right. It's not so much the game and the fact that we've lost. It's the manner in which we're losing, the lack of quality, the lack of cohesion. Just that right there. Did you see that? With Cherky and Semenyo, a 5-yard pass going out for a throw-in. That's worrying. That's the shit I'm talking about. It's not like oh, you lost, but you gave a good account for yourselves. You know what I mean? It's not that. We're not talking about that. We're talking about how, like, bang average the performances have been. And that's being generous. They've been so poor, some of them. So lacklustre. Arsenal haven't played well. This is hopefully going to lure them into a false sense of security that they're fucking good. You know, they've not played well in the slightest. And they're 3-0 up. Fucking hell. Semenyo giving it away now. This is absolutely gash, this is, man. Big up Vasco. I'm fuming, not going to lie. I hate losing to Arsenal, no matter if it's on a friendly, EPL, UCL, Cups, or on video games. Fucking hate these lot. I know what you mean, mate. This feels like, genuinely, like we've just handed it to him. Just there you go. There's your community shield. Like, it's almost like we've not taken it that seriously. And I don't think that should be used as an excuse that we didn't try. Because that's embarrassing if we're going to go down that road of saying it doesn't matter and we were just playing casually. Saka's just bullied Gvardiol and hit the side netting. Oh. There's half an hour to go. I thought I was going to look at the clock then it would be like 80 minutes. And we'll be put out of our misery in about 10 minutes. There's half an hour to go. I mean, maybe we come back. Hey, what about that? Not with shit like that. Fucking hell, man. I mean, I'm having to go at Foden all game, but Cherky's come on and been absolutely jokes in like 2 contributions from him so far, and it's just giving it away. That's the Ruben Diaz there, right there. He's won it back, in fairness to him, but he very nearly looked like he was about to lose control of a very simple one-on-one situation with Kai Havertz then. He does win it back. But I know what you're saying, Christine. Good to see you as well. I hope you're good. It does feel like that, but unfortunately this was almost as strong as it gets. We started with a stronger 11 than they did. They didn't start Rice, they didn't start Saka. You know, I think we started Anderson and Haaland, which I was buzzing about. I thought that's given us a right opportunity to go and win this game and win it decently as well. I thought that was it. I thought the lineup suggested we're going to go and win this. So far from the truth, it's unbelievable. Bring back hydration breaks. No, don't. I feel like the first goal, 30 seconds in, it sets a tone. You're always on the back foot from there on out. From that point on, it was going to be a difficult game. But the way we've controlled the game since then and imposed ourselves in the game and tried to get a foothold back in the game has been nothing short of shit, really. Shit. Nowhere near good enough. It's fine. Goals like that happen. You get off to a ropey start. It didn't look convincing. We hit with a bit of a sucker punch. 30 seconds into the game, it happens. You compose yourselves. You settle down. You regather your thoughts, and then you go again. But we didn't at all. We looked like a rabbit in headlights with the ball. With the ball. We had the ball. But we just looked like toothless with it. And we've looked like that the whole game. We're completely like void of ideas. Cherky again, giving it away. We've got a big problem in number 10. We've got Foden and Cherky, and I'm sorry, the way Cherky ended last season, I know you all love him, and I'm a big fan of what he's capable of, but the consistency is nowhere near good enough from Cherky last season. Still young, still a lot to learn, but he's come on and done arguably the same level as Foden, and in, 5-10 minutes he's been on the pitch, he's given it away every time he's had the ball. I was concerned in the World Cup. You start noticing patterns, and he's not getting picked for France for good reason, because when he was coming on as a substitute, he looked lost. Don't know if you're watching those French games in the World Cup, but he looked lost in his substitute appearances. He's doing exactly the same thing again, chasing shadows right now, and when he's got the ball, he's giving it away. Let's not pretend Phil Foden's played well either, by the way. So we have a problem. We have a problem that the two number 10s that we have don't seem to be cut out for this at all. They're not good enough. They're not playing well enough. If they're not good enough, that might be considered harsh. They're certainly not playing well enough. Form and class, that old chestnut. We've seen Foden play well. We've seen Cherky play well. It's just become too infrequent. I'll be honest, like Ryan said a minute ago, he's not the only player that I'm surprised to see on the pitch, because I thought Rico Lewis, after the minutes he got last season, I thought this was the summer for Rico Lewis to leave the football club and we'd go and get a bit of money for him. Forest have shown interest for him in the past. I thought we would go and get 35, maybe even 40 million for Rico Lewis. Jack Grealish, maybe we could have got 25, 30 million back for him, and maybe got, good money to go and get a top quality player in for 70 million plus, whatever it may be, or put it towards a bigger fee and spend some extra money. But Jack Grealish and Rico Lewis are playing right now. I'm a bit dumbfounded by that. I understand why it's pre-season, transfer window's not shut yet. But Jack Grealish and Rico Lewis are on the pitch, and I don't think either of them are good enough. That's Kovacic. That pass there to Cherky. That's what I've been talking about. And then Semenyo, mate. That's so poor. I'm trying to find Cherky. It's just been shit. They've all been so bad, haven't they? And now he's giving a foul away. Devastated, man. Bursting for the toilet. I'm going to have to go. I'll probably miss a goal for Arsenal. But big up. Looks serious. City need a genuine reset. The fragility has existed for years now. Maresca needs to rebuild the spine, rethink the midfield, recruit the right profiles, and create a new identity. Football has evolved. City need to evolve with it. I think we're in the middle of the reset right now, aren't we? You're right in what you're saying. I think we need to actually back him and actually give him the players he wants. Here come Arsenal. Going to be 4 in a minute. This could be 5-0, before. Byline, Ben White fires it across, and they fuck it up, Arsenal, somehow. Lewis Skelly. And then Jack Grealish, his clearance. Offside, thank God for that. But yeah, look serious. Thanks for the super chat, mate. You're right in what you say. The transfer window so far, Elliot Anderson got us off to a great start. That is exactly the signing I would expect Manchester City to make. Enduring not just a reset or a rebuild, because I think Pep laid the foundations to the rebuild. I think he actually set the wheels in motion for the rebuild that you're talking about. It just happens to be that it's like one mechanic starting the job on a car, then quitting, and handing the job of the car to finish the rebuild on that car over to another mechanic. The rebuild has not been completed by Pep Guardiola. It's started by Pep. So if Pep Guardiola and Enzo Maresca's idea of the rebuild is the same, and they are going in the same direction of travel for that rebuild, then there won't be a problem. They should continue. It should be an exponential growth. But if Enzo Maresca, which I would probably expect him to, is to have his own ideas, then it's almost starting again. It's hitting the reset button twice. Frustrating, man. It really is. Yeah, and Buwadi, what's he going to bring that's like a guaranteed success? Like Ruben Diaz has just been sold down a river there as well. Saka, is he in on goal? He could be. Donnarumma's coming out. Big save from Donnarumma in a one-on-one. I think he was offside there, Saka, to be honest. But Donnarumma with the first good bit of contribution from him in this game, coming out and taking the ball off the toes of Saka in a vital situation. Grealish trying to run Ben White down the wing. Slowed it down. Trademark Jack Grealish, slowing everything down, and he's giving it away. Bongani and Marmoush not good enough either. Yeah, I actually agree with you. I don't think he's cut out for this team because we have Haaland. I actually think he's good enough for another team. I think he would play very well in any team that's chasing top four. I think he's good enough for the Premier League. I certainly think he's good enough for a top six team. You look at Spurs and their centre forward options. I think Marmoush, anyone really outside of Arsenal and City and probably Liverpool. I think Marmoush could do well elsewhere. Just while you have Haaland, you aren't playing, mate. Same as Alvarez. I'm almost certain we're going to see Marmoush go to a different football club and do better than he ever did. Cherky shot saved by David Raya. One you expect him to make, but at least it was a positive contribution there from Cherky. Shot on target, hard and low, a bit central, but probably the best thing we've seen maybe in the whole game. Which tells a story, that, doesn't it, really? That was the best thing we've seen. So poor, man. Another giveaway. Crap, man. Chat, I'm going for a pee. I won't be long. I'll be back in a minute. Semenyo coming forward. I don't know what to make of this. There's just no positives. There's nothing to cling on to. Like, oh, well, there was that. That was good, or this was okay, or at least we did this, at least we did that. There's nothing. There's nothing here. It's concerning. It is concerning. Even though it's so early, it's still concerning. B. Jones, big up. Thanks for the super chat, mate. Perfect 11 for us if you full control of signings. What do you mean if I could sign anybody? Like, I'll try and keep it realistic. One of the first things I would do would be to try and keep hold of Rodri, because if ever there was evidence we need to keep hold of Rodri, it's this game. Jesus Christ, how crap has our midfield been? You know, and Buadi coming in, no. I mean, unrealistic, I'd be looking at, like, João Neves, to be honest. I'd be looking at him as a potential Rodri replacement. Slightly different profile, slightly, maybe in terms of physical profile at least, because he's a lot smaller. But I do think we missed the boat on him. Can City get a goal maybe here? Rico Lewis, is that a goal kick? Neither of them, no. Gvardiol's gone down. Is there VAR, by the way? I presume there is VAR, but we've not needed it once. And Ben White is just shouldered there. That's a fucking penalty, that is. He's just completely off the ball. Just smashed Gvardiol well off the ball. I imagine that's not going to get given. I don't know, mate. I need a lot of time to think about that question, B. Jones, because this game is a game that makes me want to be aggressive with the changes, and I'm not sure this is the game to do it, really. But I do think we've got bigger problems than we thought going off this game. I'm praying it's not a Pep issue. I don't think we should start writing Enzo Maresca off this early, though. I don't think it's fair at all. You know, you've got to give the guy a chance at least. But that is absolutely shocking from Kovacic. Really fucking wank, that is. Immediately substituted. That's your last contribution. Wow. Off for Nico G. I imagine the substitution was planned before that, but if ever there was an exclamation mark put on the end of a crap performance, it was that. I love Kovacic, by the way. Big fan. I think he's a good player. But this has been the stinkiest I've ever seen him play. He just played it out for a throw-in. I think he's looking for Jack Grealish, but it was about 20 yards behind him. I've got so many concerns. Like, I'm looking at Donnarumma. I'm looking at the midfield without Rodri. Like, Anderson and Kovacic was a bad idea. I thought that in my preview. I didn't think those two together. Technicality was brilliant, and they're both very technical. But I think, it's nearly 4. Saka should have made it 4. So from back to front, in this game, we've got Donnarumma, who's played poorly and showed symptoms of his weakness already, and arguably symptoms of a problem that, shot stopping, that has never been a problem for him, and he's let one in the back of the net that he should absolutely have saved. Rico Lewis just passed it out for a throw-in. This has been fucking wank. Absolutely dire from all of them. I don't mind losing. It's not the loss. I'm not talking about the loss. Oh, it's only pre-season. Never mind. Oh, it's only Charity Shield. It's a friendly. It's not the point. The manner in which we've lost this game is absolutely shite. So poor. Like basic stuff. Cherky, go on, lad. Go and get a goal. Right, gone down the fucking Go on, Semenyo. Oh, it's saved by David Raya. That was probably the best opportunity of the game. Good save by David Raya. Peer BPM. Big up Peer. Where is Nico Gonzalez? Semenyo looks so good on the left. Why change that for a Doku, Half and Grealish? Well, the Doku being injured thing, I get it. But starting the game, Semenyo on the right, I agree. Why play him on the left throughout pre-season where he absolutely ripped it up trees to now stick him on the right where he's just looked completely flat? Savinho's on his way out the door. So I think we need another winger. If we're going to go down the right, that's Nico G. Has he found? No, overhit it. Big up Hoodrich. Arsenal just defending as a unit. We can't even find spaces forward. Oh my god, I hate these lot. They winning, but looks like they parking the bus. They've won 3-0 though, haven't they, mate? That's the thing. They're defending right now because they're 3-0 up. We can't really blame them for going 3-0 up and then looking after it. They've not even needed to play well. They've not even defended with their lives. That what we just saw from David Raya was the most sweat I've seen Arsenal have to produce. You know what I mean? That's the hardest thing they've had to do all game. David Raya with a good save, hard and low effort from Semenyo. It was destined for the bottom corner. Good save from David Raya. That's it. It's not like we've peppered them and shot after shot or cross after... I'd like to see some crosses going in. That would be better. At least get some crosses into the box. We've not got to the byline. We've not crossed the ball enough. We've not had anywhere near enough shots. We've had Cherky shoot from about 25 yards straight at David Raya. So, I don't think there's anything to do here. There's no positive spin to put on this. Not this 90 minutes. There's perspective to be applied from the fact that this is one game. I get that, and next week we could go and beat Bournemouth and beat them well, and then we could suddenly have a very different feel about the season, and yeah, maybe things start feeling a bit better once the Premier League season starts. But as it goes for 90 minutes, this has just been a real stinky performance. Not a good start. Not a good start to Enzo Maresca's career and Manchester City's season. I don't want to sugarcoat this, I'm afraid. We can't be doing that though, Dwayne. I know what you're saying. You want a bit of bite in that midfield because it was lacking. What Enzo Fernandez brings is a bit of bite. I get what you're saying. But what he also brings is complete and utter stupidity. One of the most moronic footballers. Thick. He's a stupid person. And I'm not going to pull my punches here. He's dense. Thick as pig shit, he is. He's a fucking moron who will cost us big time. He cost Argentina. Do you know between 2023 and 2026, he received 12 yellow cards for dissent? Did you know that? If you want perspective, that's more than anybody else in the whole Premier League. And what did he get his first yellow card for against Argentina? Playing for Argentina in the World Cup? Oh, dissent. And then he got himself sent off with a stupid fucking tackle. Because you know why? Because I've said it already. Because he's fucking stupid. That's why. And I know what you want. You want a bit of bite. In the midfield, I get that. I know what he brings. He ain't worth it. He isn't worth it. pros and cons, man. We've got to weigh them up. And the cons are like fucking up here and the pros are down here. And he doesn't replace Rodri. He's more of an 8, closer to a 10 than he is to a 6. And 120 million? And the fact that Chelsea fans want him out, that tells you everything. Chelsea want him gone. The Chelsea fans want him gone. The Chelsea fans were stupid enough to boo him, by the way. If they're going to boo him, that's not going to help his price tag go up, is it? It's going to go down. When the owners find out that your player's being booed by your own fans, that's not going to get your price tag up. It's going to get your price tag down. But Enzo Fernandez coming in, like, I think he will, if he plays for Manchester City, I think he will deliver some good performances. I think he will do some good things for us. I also think he will massively, massively cost us. And the reputational risk that he brings to this football club just is not worth it. From an optics point of view, Cherky with a free kick that was absolute fucking wank. Near post again. I'm sorry, but I'd rather him. He's a bit underwhelming, to be honest, as a signing. I would rather Alex Scott. I feel like it's a bit meh. Bit meh. I like Adam Wharton, by the way. I do like him. I'm just not sure he's quite elite level. You know, what we want. You got to ask yourselves, why does no one want Adam Wharton? Why is no one in for Adam Wharton? Ask yourselves that. No one seems to want to sign him. And I'm curious about that. Semenyo's first half was quiet. The second half has been dire from Semenyo. It really has. Can we get a goal? Make it look a slightly respectable scoreline. 3-1 puts a bit more of a, you know, like maybe we played okay. Because we haven't. You want Morgan Gibbs-White. Again, he brings bite, but not enough quality. He brings a bit of like tenacity. I'm just thinking about the actual output, you know, the numbers that he'd put on the board for us. Unconvincing. I don't think he'd go and get us 20 G&A from midfield. And he's not going to... We need a Rodri replacement. If we're losing Rodri, we need to think about that. And if that's Buwadi, maybe he can do good things this season. Marmoush has got an opportunity here. Go on, lad. Get... Oh. So bad. This is so bad. He tried to come in on his right foot and smashed it about 5 yards in front of him. But he's got... Like, you're thinking little delicate touch and then drill it. First touch fucking smashes it straight into an Arsenal defender. I mean, which City player is worthy of praise in this game? I think the two that went off in Nico O'Reilly and Doku were our two best performers in this game. Rico Lewis has been a fucking embarrassment since he's come on. It really has been so poor from him. And I mean, he had space, and I feel a bit sorry for him then, because he was running at an Arsenal defence with no City player in front of him. Have a dig, Marmoush. Have a dig. Out to Semenyo. Can we get a goal? Semenyo. Onto his right foot. Fortunately gets to Marmoush. Give it to Cherky. Think he does. Cherky with a step over. Cuts it across Semenyo. Casually passes it back, Ben White to David Raya, and then he clears his lines. Ruben Diaz. Back to Donnarumma. I agree that he deserves more time on the pitch now. The fact that he didn't start this game is still a bit bemusing to me. 3 realistic needed targets, in your opinion. You were asking for a full 11 before, weren't you? And you've reduced it to 3. It does make it a bit easier, but I don't know, mate. I really don't know. I don't know. Obviously, Buwadi, I think he was going to be a good signing for us when we do get it over the line, and if we get it over the line, I hope we do. The winger market is a joke right now. I mean, I like Kulachevsky from Spurs, but I mean his injury record is become pretty worrying, hasn't he? He's been like missing for like a whole year. Marmouche is injured here as well. He landed on his hip. Looks like he's really hurt. Like really hurt. Like I can't take the free kick hurt. And it's Grealish going over to take it. It's the realistic part that I'm struggling with, B. Jones. That's the reason I'm struggling. Ball in, cleared. Because obviously for me it's like João Neves, Elise, and like that level of player I think we should be going for. Midfield of João Neves. Big fan of him. I think he's brilliant, João Neves. I think he's absolutely world class. Then Elise is an obvious one, but you said realistic, so that's not happening. And then you go out of the realms of realistic and it becomes like who the levels below is like how much of a guarantee are they going to be better than what we've got? Three minutes of injury time, by the way. Big up to Christine. Thanks for the super chat, Christine, and B Jones as well before that. There goes the full-time whistle. Thank fuck for that. Can't stand Enzo Fernandez. He's a knobhead. I agree with you. There's so many problems with Enzo Fernandez. So many. Thanks, Christine, for the super chat. Peer, tinfoil hat on. I hope City is only trying to sign Enzo to stir up Chelsea. Yeah, it sounds like the interest is genuine. And I don't know. The whole racism thing, I don't think... Look, I need to try and be... Understand me as best as you can, basically. I don't think if you act like an idiot, you should be forever held accountable for one moment of stupidity. I don't agree with that stance. But it's not just the racism. As bad as that was, and let's not forget, it came from his Instagram account. So he was the moron who actually posted the video. It's not like he was being like racist and being like, oh, I'm there. I just happen to be in the video. I just happen to be an unlucky bystander that's just stood around and song is being sung and I'm in the video and then he gets labelled with it. He posted it. It's him. He posted it. So there's that. And then there's all the other shit that comes with the Enzo Fernandez, the baggage, man. But it's just like, I don't agree. And then the price tag, again, we've spent 116 million on Elliot Anderson, who I think is, again, overpriced. I think we've overspent. So if I'm going to say we've overspent 116 million on Elliot Anderson, why the fuck would I be okay with 120 million on Enzo Fernandez? Like, they're different players, and they Elliot Anderson is far closer to a 6 than a 10. They are both, for me, 8s. So I don't really understand why we would go for Enzo Fernandez when we've signed Elliot Anderson. I feel like Buwadi makes a hell of a lot more sense. He looks much more of a natural sitter, a more comfortable 6. But Enzo Fernandez alongside Elliot Anderson and also keeping Kovacic, I don't think that makes much sense to me. But in terms of this, today, what I've seen, I think it was, I hope the players are genuinely treating this like a pre-season game. I hope that next week against Bournemouth they come out with a hell of a difference, a massive transformation in personality and attitude towards the game, because there is absolutely no world in which we wanted that as much as Arsenal. They wanted it so much more than us. And the evidence was clear with the way Gabriel defended that Jeremy Doku cross and then celebrated like he did when another cross came in the first half. Lewis Skelly hugging Bruno G for blocking the cross. The determination that was built into that Arsenal performance was there for all to see. And we just didn't see anything like that from Manchester City players at all. It was a nonchalant, not really bothered, I'm going to run at this game 70%. I'm going to give it my half-arsed attitude. And that may be the case. Maybe they did that on purpose, because maybe they're not that bothered about it. And if that's the case, then fine. Maybe Arsenal think this is a statement that's more important than it actually is, because rarely has the Community Shield ever been a statement. Name one occasion ever in the history of the Community Shield where a statement was genuinely made and backed up from a Community Shield win. I can't think of any. When a team has gone on to win the Community Shield competently and then back it up with a Premier League win. Like I said, 34 Community Shield wins. Only 8 have ever gone on to win the Premier League title. It's not a trophy that proves much, put it that way. So, I'm not bothered about that aspect, though, about the trophy meaning. I'm more bothered about the way we just conducted ourselves, really. I just don't think the attitudes were good at all. I just think we've just let ourselves down. And, you know, I felt like it was an opportunity for a narrative swing more than a trophy win. Just setting the tone, more of a story to tell, more of a vibe thing than a here's a piece of silverware thing. I don't care so much about the Community Shield. I care about beating Arsenal, the team that didn't beat us last season. They failed to beat us. They could not beat us last season. 3 tries. They failed in all 3 tries last season. And we weren't very good last season. We were good enough to win a domestic cup double, but whenever we faced Arsenal, we were comfortable. The fact that they got the draw that they got was a last-minute giveaway, you know. We did park the bus in that game, but they got fortunate in the fact that it came the way it did in stoppage time. But the following 2 games, we competently beat them. This was an emphatic defeat. We got absolutely pumped here, 3-0. And it's a terrible start to the season that you immediately need to rectify against Bournemouth. Big up to Paddy. Sorry, but I have not missed watching Grealish play. I'm in complete agreement with you. I mean, what did he do when he came on that made you or anyone really think that, yeah, man, rejuvenation, Jack is back? I love him as a person, by the way. I love Jack Grealish. You know me, I met him. I had a good chat with him, and good guy. He's a good guy. But I'm not going to pull my punches, and just because I've had a conversation with the guy and spoke about City generally as a fan, and he loves City, he ain't cut out for this level, man. He's not good enough. I'm sorry, it's just not happening. The moustache, nothing wrong with preference for certain people. Yeah. Well, I'm more certain of that. My preference is the whole team, really. I'm looking for anybody who to say played well. Who can I prefer here? I don't know who to focus on. I think Doku and Nico O'Reilly. I think. Big up Ian. Is it crazy that I'm not that bothered by this? Honestly, I'm just happy to be back watching City. Glad to be back with all of you. Big up to you, Ian. I don't think it's crazy. No, I understand. I think, let's say if we were playing, I don't know, Spurs, and we lost 3-0 to Spurs or Newcastle or anyone other than Arsenal. It's the fact that it was like the team we chased down last season is why we are bothered, and why I'm... Oh, well, I say we. I don't want to speak on your behalf. Why I'm bothered is because this is Arsenal, and it was a case of a little bit of a dig at them. It was a sticking a knife in for the rest of the season. Next time... Do we play Arsenal at home or away first? I can't remember. I'll tell you shortly. Because I think that'll make a massive difference away. That's not good. So the next time we play Arsenal will be at the Emirates. And their most recent memory of playing Manchester City is an emphatic 3-0 win that arguably should have been 4 or 5. I mean, Saka blazed one over the bar. We had a few chances of our own, but let's not pretend they were clear-cut. I think they had the clearer chances. And outside of those clear-cut chances, we controlled nothing. Do you know what I mean? We had a lot of empty possession. Meaningless possession. That led to very little. And Enzo speaking to his players with frustration, but yeah, we're playing them away, aren't we? But not good. Not good at all. Right, Blues. Reaction tomorrow before I shoot the moustache. Big up to you. I was speaking ethnic groups. Biases are healthy. Oh, right. Okay. I know what you mean now. Fair enough. But yeah, biases. Yeah, I mean, talk about bias, man. I'm incredibly biased when it comes to Manchester City. Like, I rarely speak without Manchester City at heart, but at the same time, I'm a fan, and I want to call things for what they are, and this was just nowhere near good enough. Nowhere near good enough. Right. Video in the morning. I'm going to try and... I've got a meeting I need to do tomorrow as well, but I'm going to try and get that video out to you in the morning to talk about this uncomfortable conversation we need to have about this performance. But I'm hoping this is a short-lived feeling and we go back to winning ways against Bournemouth, and I have a feeling we will. But anyway, take care, Blues, and I'll see you in the next one.